Well, good Monday morning. Hope everybody has had a great weekend and your Monday is off to a good start. We are now at the Friday, June 26th date in the replay. I know it can't be seen here because I don't have this back far enough, but it is June 26th, 1987. Game number 491 overall in the replay. We're at Yankee Stadium, Boston Red Sox, New York Yankees. I'm going to go as long as my throat will hold out. I've got a little tickling in my throat, and that's usually a precursor for a springtime cold, which I'm often susceptible to. But hopefully that won't be too much of a problem. Yankee Stadium for singles, it's 7, both sides of the plate. For home runs, lefty 9, righty 8. There was one roster move for Boston. Bill Buckner is back. He is on the bench. He's available to pinch hit or play defense or whatever he wants to do. And to make room for him, Hoffman was sent down. So Bill Buckner is on the roster, and he is available. So we look at our starting pitchers today. Roger Clemens for the Red Sox against veteran left-hander Tommy John. Hello, Dr. D. Fighting something in my throat now, Doctor. Always got something going on. I usually get a springtime cold around when the seasons start to change. The weather starts to change from one temperature to the other. But for whatever reason, a little tickling in the throat. And it's usually the first sign of some sort of a cold, whether it's just coughing, not usually sneezing, but usually coughing or something. But who knows? All right. So Roger Clemens and Tommy John are your starting pitchers. Tommy John has a +2 hold. Clemens a 0 hold. Tommy John 10 wild pitch, 0 balked. Clemens 3 wild pitch, 4 balked. Yankees come to the game 40-32. Boston 29-42. Let's look at Tommy John on the real season, 1987 for Tommy John. 13-6 with a 4.03 ERA. That was his record in the actual 1987 season. Now we'll bring up the Strat-O-Matic computer and see how he's doing on the actual replay. I switched off some dice and went for blue today. I didn't want to do red because it's too much like the Boston Red Sox colors, and the Yankees are the home team. So if I'm going to do coloring, then I usually go with the home team, to match that. But since we're in New York, we'll do it this way. Let's see here. Let's get it going. So we can see what Tommy John is doing. He was, like I said, in the real season, he was 13-6 with a 4.03. So in the replay, he is 3-3 with an earned run average of 3.59. So a little bit better. 90 innings pitched, 94 hits, 28 walks, 33 strikeouts. And Boston lineup pretty standard from what they have been having. Rich Gedman is going to catch this game instead of Sullivan, which is surprising against the lefty, but Sullivan had caught the last couple games, but Rich Gedman's back in the lineup today. Pretty much status quo for everything else for both teams. Nothing really out of the ordinary. All right. Ellis Burks will lead things off for the Red Sox. He's hitting .303 on the replay. 9 homers and 23 driven in. He hit .272 real world. And before we have the first pitch, we have the ceremonial first sip. And Dr. D, I'm feeling good enough to try it with this normal coffee cup handle. So my fingers, it was hurting over the weekend for sure. Not hurting, but just stiff. It felt like my finger was going to snap in half every time I bent it. A little bit better today. All right. It's just the ring finger on the right hand. That's the only one that's bothering me. All right. Here is Ellis Burks. We had a 6-6, and that's going to be a ground ball shortstop X. We're looking at Tollison, 3E22, so right off the way, an X chance right off the bat. 3-3, that could be interesting. A 3-3 is actually going to be a base hit. That's a 10, so most likely not going to be an error. E22. No, there's no 10, no error there, but it is a base hit for Ellis Burks. Sneaks it by Tollison for a leadoff single. And now Burks looking to run, needs a 5 or a 6 to get the good lead. Doesn't get it, he'll hold. And here comes Marty Barrett, second baseman. Marty Barrett hitting .316, no homers, 19 driven in. Hit .293 real world. 2-6 against the lefty, and that's a walk, so not a good start for Tommy John. Single and now a walk. And now you're getting to the big boys, Wade Boggs and Jim Rice. So Wade Boggs stepping to the plate. Boggs hitting .349 on the replay. 12 homers, 36 driven in. He at .363 real world. Yankees trying to turn that double play. 6-3. It's a fly ball right field X. We're looking at Winfield. He's a 1. We'll roll the D20 because the runners could move up on certain D20 rolls. So we'll go ahead and roll it. 1 and a 5, though, I think they have to hold. We'll see. Might be able to move up. 1 and a 5 is an F2. So the runner on second could try to tag up on this. We'll have to wait and see. But he'll get to it with an F2. That's a 14, and he is an E3. So there's no error there. There's a 15, but not a 14. So F2, runner could move up. It's possible. Safe chances, running speed plus outfield arm. Now, Winfield is a -4 arm. So that may put a deterrent there. You don't want to make this. Well, if he gets to third with 1 out, that's pretty big, though. So he's a 17. -4 is a 13. We could tag up and have him go to third. He'd be at third with 1 out, which is pretty good. But if he's thrown out there for a double play, you just killed your inning. Man, tough call, but I think they're going to hold him there. I just don't like that. The way the D20's been rolling lately, I just don't like my chances on that. So begrudgingly, I will hold him at second base. Here's Jim Rice hitting .268 on the replay, 6 homers, 35 driven in. He at .277 in the actual season. Rice 1-4, and that's a ballpark single check. It's only a 1-7, so he will pop it up to third base for out number 2. 2 down, and now it's a clutch situation for Don Baylor. Baylor hitting .235 on the replay, 6 homers, 36 driven in. He at .245 real world in the clutch against lefties. He appears to be completely neutral. So bad start for Tommy John. He's got a chance to get out of it. 4-8, and he does. A fly ball to left field. Easler hauls it in, and Tommy John pitches around the mess. So nothing doing for the Red Sox in the top of the first. We go to the bottom of the first. Boston, nothing. Yankees coming to bat here at the stadium. Hello, Jeremiah, and hello, Mr. Breeden. Good Monday morning to both of you. All right, so Roger Clemens is on the hill. Roger Clemens in the 87 season was 20-9 with a .297 ERA in the real season. On the replay, 7-4 with a .411 ERA. He's been kind of struggling all year. Got off to a really bad start after holding out. Rebounded a little bit, but his ERA is still quite high. 120 innings pitched, 122 hits, 36 walks, and 101 strikeouts. But he's certainly capable of coming out here and tossing a shutout at any given moment. So here's Willie Randolph. Randolph hitting .269, 3 homers, 28 driven in. He at .305 real world. 1-7 for Randolph, and he will ground it to Spike Owen. Easy play, 1 away. And that takes us to Gary Ward playing center field in this one. He's been all over. He played left field, first base. Now he's playing center field. Ward hitting just .212, 7 homers, 28 driven in. He at .248 real world. 6-12, and that's a split, 1-4, and that's a 1. Double die's a 1, so it's a base hit for Gary Ward. Single for Ward. He's not really much of a threat to run, so he will He will not be held, and they will not try anything. Here's Don Mattingly. Mattingly hitting 296 on the replay. 9 homers, 31 driven in. He hit 327 real world. 5-4, and that's a fly ball to center. Burks is there, 2 down. And it takes us to Mr. May, Dave Winfield. Winfield hitting 255 on the replay. 16 homers, 41 driven in. He hit 275 real world. 3-6 for Winfield. He grounds it to Spike Owen, and that's going to end the inning. Nothing doing either side. We played 1 at Yankee Stadium, and there's no score. Do it for the Red Sox. It'll be Evans, Benzinger, and Spike Owen facing Tommy John. Evans hitting 358 on the replay. 17 homers, 53 driven in. He hit 305 real world. 2-6, and he's still hot. 1-8's a double. 19, though, will be a leadoff single for Dwight Evans. He has been smoking here as of late. Keeps it up. He will not be held. Not try anything. Here's Benzinger. Benzinger in limited duty. He's had 15 at-bats, but he's made the most of it. He's hitting 467. No homers, 2 driven in. He hit 278 real world. Switch hitter against Tommy John, batting from the right-hand side, 6-6. Ground ball shortstop X. There is a chance for a double play. Tollison, 3E22. But the double die's a 1, so that ends that. That's going to be a base hit. 3 and a, whoops, wrong chart. 3 and a 1. 3 and a 1 is going to be a single 2 stars. So Evans will take third. So instead of a double play that Tommy John was looking for, the double die had other ideas. Turns it into a base hit. Tollison E22, and that's an 11. There is no 11 there, but it's runners first and third, and nobody out thanks to that double die. It is in midweek form here on a Monday morning, much to the chagrin of Tommy John. Benzinger could get a lead, but it wouldn't be very good. Is a +2, though. It'd be a 1-15 if he got the lead, but nobody out. They don't want to run themselves out of an inning. They got runners on the corners and nobody out, so they're going to go ahead and just let Spike Owen have at it. Owen hit 245, or is hitting 245 on the replay. A homer, 10 driven in. He at 259 real world. Yankee infield playing back for the double play. They'll give a run to get 2 outs. 1-7, and that is a walk. It's going to load the bases. Second walk issued by Tommy John. Bases loaded, nobody out for Rich Gedman. Situation has not changed. The infield is still back at double play depth. Gedman on the replay hitting 173, no homers, 12 driven in. He hit 205 real world. 2-8, and that is a fly ball right field B question mark. But with that -4 arm from Winfield, they are not going to tempt fate. Not with only 1 out. So Gedman flies to right, but everybody holds. I mean, it would be a 1-10, I think, is what I would calculate. It'd be a 50-50 shot, but you got the top of the order coming up. You just can't. That -4 from Winfield, you just can't try that. I don't think. All right, so bases still loaded, 1 out for Ellis Burks. Burks singled his first time up. 2-7, and that's a strikeout. Wow, Tommy John doing it again, trying to pitch out of the mess, his first strikeout. Now it's all up to Marty Barrett in a clutch situation. Bases loaded, 2 outs. Barrett in the clutch, though, is anti-clutch on 3-5 and 3-8 and on 2-8. Barrett walked his first chance. 2-8, and he found the anti-clutch. Look at that, folks. Red Sox are snake bitten early on. They have the bases loaded, nobody out. A shallow fly to right, a strikeout, and now Marty Barrett against left-handers at 2-8. You see that little omega symbol right there. That signifies anti-clutch. We're in a clutch situation. This is anti-clutch, and that means it's an out. And that means the Red Sox leave them loaded. technically called a pop out to short. And they lose a golden opportunity to put runs on the board. Roger Clemens all the more frustrated. He has been complained about lack of run support all season long, and he might have a case the way this is going. We go to the bottom of the second, still no score. Claudell Washington, designated hitter, leads it off. Claudell hitting .307 on the replay, 2 homers, 16 driven in. He hit .279 real world. 3-4, and that's a pop out to first for Dewey Evans, one away. Here is Mike Easler, left fielder. Easler is hitting .275 on the replay. No homers, 3 driven in. He hit .281 real world. 6-5, lefty, a fly ball to right. Benzinger is there, 2 down. 2 up, 2 down. Here comes Pags. Pagliarulo hitting .250 on the replay. 20 homers, 41 driven in. He hit .234 real world. 3-9 for Pags, and that is a 1-4 triple, but that's and a 3. Devil Die strikes again. Devil Die is, I'm telling you, it's in midweek form here on a Monday. That is going to be a triple for Mike Pagliarulo. A triple. How do you like that? 3-9, 1-4 is a triple, and he found the 3. Pagliarulo had 3 triples real world. This is his second triple of the replay. So a 2-out triple, but now it's up to Mark Salas. Salas hitting .176 on the replay. 3 homers, 10 driven in. He hit .250 real world. It is a clutch situation. Salas in the clutch will lose a hit on 1-5. Everywhere else he is neutral. 2-9, and that's a solid double right there on the Devil Die again being low. That's a double, 1-10. RBI double for Mark Salas, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead after the first 2 were out. A triple and now a double off of Clemens, and it's 1-0 Yankees. Hello, Captain Carl. Carl, I'm gonna be making a cheat sheet for myself for History Maker Golf, because I learned some other things I wasn't doing exactly correctly. So I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna have a till further notice chart going. So right now it's just Morikawa or Matsuyama. I'm not sure whoever it was that had the red chip, but I got to remember that if it's a daunting hole, you got to use 2 chips. You got to have 2 chips to take control of a daunting hole. That's one of the things I got to remember. There was something else I had to write down too that I needed to make sure was straight, but I'm learning as we go. So the more I play, I assume the better I'll get. This week's coming up, though, is going to be the Pebble Beach, and there's no cut for that either. It was a set field of 80 golfers. So I won't be having a first and second. I won't have a first or second round cut sequence to do. I'll be going straight to round 3. So I'll be doing round 3 on Saturday. Well, I'll record it and upload it for Saturday, and then the final round I'll record and upload on Sunday. Yesterday was a live Sunday thing. It was a rarity because I'm usually not home on Sundays, so that was a rare time. But pretty much exclusively, it's going to be recording. So Saturday will be round 3, where we give everybody their scores and where they are in the tournament, and then Sunday will be the final round. From Pebble Beach, that is the tournament. Pebble Beach Pro-Am. Of course, there's no Am to this, just Pro. All right, here is Tollison. Clutch situation for Tollison. He will lose 2 hits here. Actually, 3 hits, 2-5, 2-9, and 2-10. Tollison on the replay hitting .238, 2 homers, 17 driven in. He hit .221 real world. 5-5, switch hitter batting left, and that's a fly ball to left. Rice is there. But the Yankees take the lead on a triple by Pags and a double by Salas. And at the end of 2, it's 1-0 Pinstripers. The top of the third. So I went ahead and pulled for the golf. I went ahead and pulled the 80 golfers that were involved. There's actually one guy that's not carded by Play.com in their 2025 set. I'm not sure if he's on a live tour or if he's just not carded, but he's not a very good player. So I'll have 79 golfers to go through instead of 80. So I'm not going to make there's not going to be any outstanding golfers because there's no cut round. So I'm going to put them in 8 stacks and place them where they go, whether A minus, A plus, whatever. But we'll have 79 golfers to start it out. And it will be the debut of Scotty Scheffler. I believe Rory McIlroy, who won the tournament yesterday for me, was the real winner at Pebble Beach in 2025. So he'll be there as a reigning champion. Here is Wade Boggs. Boggs flew to right his first time up. 1-4 against the lefty, and that's a ground ball to second. Willie Randolph makes the play. One away. Here is Jim Rice. Rice, left fielder, popped to third his first time up. 4-8, and this is a fly ball to left field. Easler is there, 2 down. And yeah, that historic golf, I'm telling you, at least for now, it's pretty addicting. And I could get as detailed as I want with the leaderboard and the points on that. I've already, got my spreadsheet going for the points and everything like that. So it should be, hopefully it'll be fun to follow a whole year. I just wish I'd started this back in January. I could have done as the tournaments were happening. So I'm way behind. But hopefully by July or August, I'll catch up to what the real events are happening. So here's Baylor. 211, and that is a ballpark blast on a 211 for Don Baylor. It's a 1-7, but this time it's a 14. Just a deep fly to left, and that will end the inning. So my plan is next season, maybe December or whenever it comes out, I'll get the 2026 set, and starting in January, I'll play a legitimate, season with them. Playing the tournament when they play the actual 2027 tournament. So this is my goal on that, hopefully, assuming this one goes well. All right, so Baylor is out of there, and so are the Red Sox. At the bottom of the third, still 1-0. Due up for the Yankees. It's the top of the order, and Willie Randolph. Randolph he grounded to short his first time up. 2-8, and that's going to be a single, 1-19, and that certainly is. Base hit for Willie Randolph. See if he's thinking about getting a lead. He needs a 3 to do so. Needs a 3. Doesn't get it, got a 4. Couldn't quite get the lead. Here's Gary Ward, but he is being held on, so it might open up a hole on the right-hand side. 1-9, and that's a walk. So Clemens, a little shaky. That's his first walk. But the first 2 are on, and now he's got to deal with Mattingly and with Winfield. Table setters are on for those 2. Mattingly flew to center his first chance. 1-8 for Mattingly. That's a single to center field. Single to center. Randolph they'll hold him with nobody out. They will hold everybody. Bases loaded, nobody out for Winfield. And Clemens in trouble here. Yankees looking to put a crooked number on the board. Winfield grounded to short his first time up. The infield's back for a double play. They need to get out. So if they can get out with just 1 run, they're still in the game. So they'll play back. 4-3. Clemens really needs to strike out. 4-3 is a fly ball left field X. So we're looking at Rice. He's a 4-E7. 4-13 is probably going to be a sac fly, but we'll see. We'll double check it. 4-13 is, actually everybody's going to, it's an F1, so everybody moves up. 7 and an E7. No error there, but as an F1, not only is it a sacrifice fly to left, but all the other runners move up 90 feet as well. So a sacrifice fly from Winfield makes it 2-0 Yankees, but Ward and Mattingly both move up. And that's going to cause the Red Sox to bring the infield in with one out and runners at second and third. They got to choke that runoff. Here's Claudel. Clemens needs a strikeout in the worst way. Surprisingly, he has not had one yet. 2-9. Still won't get one, but it's a ground ball first base B, so they're going to throw Ward out at the plate, 3-2. As Evans throws to Gedman for the out. Mattingly goes to third. Reaching at first is Claudel Washington. So now runners on the corners with 2 outs, but they do get that lead dog at the plate. So we got a fielder's choice, and it's going to go. Let's see here. Let me get this straight. Hold on. When I did the sac fly, I didn't move the runners up in the computer, so let me do that, or else the other thing's not going to work. All right, sac fly. All right, goes. There we go. And to left field. All right, now fielder's choice will work for the out at the plate. And it's going to go 3-2. All right, so now runners at the corners with now 2 away. And Claudel Washington needs a 6 to get a good lead. And he gets the good lead. He's going to go. He's a 19. Being held is a 17. 1-17, and he will make it. And he does. It's a possible throwing error on Salas. I'm sorry, on Gedman. He's a T15. So Gedman throws it away. Mattingly will come in to score. Stolen base from Claudel. And E2 is going to send him to third. And it's also going to score Mattingly. So probably should have ate that ball. But he didn't, and now it's 3-0 Yankees. Putting the pressure on Clemens and the Red Sox. 2 outs, runner at third for Easler. 4-9, and that's a ground ball to second to end the inning. 2 more runs score. It's now 3-0 Yankees after 3, and Clemens does not even have a strikeout yet. He's definitely off his game. Tommy John, consistent, has been in trouble a couple of innings, but has gotten out of it. Did have a 1-2-3 inning in the third. Here comes Dewey Evans. 5-4. That's ground ball third base X. Pagliarulo, 2-20. 2-9 should be okay. Just make sure. 2-9 is a G2. That's an 11 for an E20 third baseman. And there's an 11 right there. E20 third baseman, and Pagliarulo boots it with the 11. So Pags, E5. Not what Tommy John was looking for. Might open up something for the Red Sox now. Evans, no threat to run, will not be held. Here's Benzinger. John looking to induce a double play. 5-7. That's a single to left field. Going to put runners at first and second with nobody out. Back come the Red Sox. That error can open up a world of possibilities. Here's Spike Owen. He walked his first chance. 3-8 against the lefty, and that's a fly ball to center field. Evans is not going to try to move up. He will stay where he is with nobody out. Now 1 out. Red Sox have been notorious, though, for leaving guys on base. They've already left on 5, and they're about to leave on 2 more if they don't get something going here shortly. Gedman. 3-6 for Gedman. The ground ball third base B. That's a fielder's choice, 5-4. And now runners are at the corners with 2 outs. And it's going to be up to Ellis Burks in a clutch situation. Ellis Burks against the lefty right here, column 1. He's got 3 straight areas with where he's anti-clutch, 8, 9, and 10, right there in the middle. Also anti-clutch 210 and 312. So 5 anti-clutches for Ellis Burks. That's a 1. Possible wild pitch from Tommy John. His wild pitch rating is a 10. It's a 12. It is blocked by Salas. So it's up to Burks. 4-6. 1 to 7's a single, but that's a 10. He lines it to short, and the Red Sox leave 2 more on base. In 4 innings, they have left 7 runners on base, as they fail in the clutch once again, and Roger Clemens all the more frustrated, seeing these chances fall by the wayside, not scoring the runs. All right, here's Pagliarulo. His error almost cost the Yankees a run, but John pitched around it. 1-11, and that is a line out right to Spike Owen. 1 away for Mark Salas, who had an RBI double his first time up. 6-6. This time strikeout. First strikeout for Roger Clemens. Took him 4 innings to get it. Finally got it. 2 down for Wayne Tollison. 4-3. And that's a ground ball first base X. Evans a 4E25. 4-7. Iffy. 4-7. Let's see. 4-7. He just does get to it. That's a 7. E25 at first base. There is no 7. It starts with a 9. So he does make the play. He'll flip it to Clemens covering. And it's finally a 1-2-3 inning for Roger Clemens. But at the end of 4, it is Yankees 3, Red Sox nothing. Top of the 5th we go. Tommy John still twirling that shutout and avoiding trouble. Leaving those runners on base. Here's Marty Barrett. He's 0 for 1. 2-4 for Barrett. He's going to ground it to third. Easy play for Pagliarulo. 1 down. Tommy John's got the ground ball working. Here's Wade Boggs. He's 0 for 2. 4-9. Make him 0 for 3. Another ground ball. This one to Randolph. So when John is on, he gets these ground balls. That's how you know he's on his game. That sinker is working. And here's Jim Rice. 3-3 for Rice. Fly ball to center. That's going to end the inning. 3 up, 3 down go the Red Sox. Tommy John out-dueling Roger Clemens through 5 innings. Clemens back out, and he'll be facing the top of the order, Randolph, Ward, and Mattingly. Due up for the Yankees. Four 3, and that is a fly ball left field X. We're looking at Jim Rice. He is a 4E7. 4-8 is iffy. I think that's going to drop most likely. Let's see, 4-8. Yes, it is. It's going to be a single. That's a 12, and he's an E7. No 12 there, but it will be a base hit because Jim Rice, at his advanced age, is not the left fielder he used to be. Can't cover all that ground. Randolph is aboard. He needs a 3 to get the good lead. Almost got it last time. Could try this time, and he's close again, but no cigar. So he'll stay at first base, and here's Gary Ward. 6-7, and that is going to be a ground ball shortstop X, chance for a double play if they can turn it. Owen's a 3E17. The double die is a 1 again. Every time they try to do something, the Red Sox, the double die shows up. 3-1 is going to be a single 2 stars, so that's going to put runners at the corners at worst. Now we'll double check an error. That is an 8, and he is an E17 at short. Short E17. There is no 8 there, but runners are at the corners now with nobody out, as the double die has really gotten to Roger Clemens today. And here's Mattingly. What do you do if you're the Red Sox? Can you afford to play back for the double play? in hopes that your team can get some offense, or do you play in? They're going to play in. They really can't afford to give up any more runs. Manley, 1 for 2. Clemens really desperately needs a strikeout or a pop-up or some sort. 6-4. Ground ball third base X. That is Boggs. He's a 2E16. 2-19. Finally get a good break on the double die. 2-19 is a G1. So let's go to G1 with runners on the corners. And the infield in to play is on the batter. Run on third holds. Run on first goes to second. So it's a 5-3 put. I mean, they could have got the double play and given up the run, but they were playing to not give up any runs and take their chances. So now here's Winfield. You could walk Winfield to load the bases, but then that's dangerous too. So, because then you got 2 lefties coming, actually 3 lefties coming up. So they're going to play in. They're not going to walk him. They're going to play in. Clemens looking for that strikeout. 1-5, and he walked him unintentionally. And that is the second walk issued by Clemens. He's got more walks and he's got strikeouts. Bases are loaded. 1 out for Claudell Washington. Yankee infield is playing. They're going to play back for the double play. Now a double play does get him out of the inning. So they're going to play back for the double play. 5-10. And that's going to be a catcher X, and that's trouble because you got Gedman, who's a 3E15. So anything's liable to happen with that. 3-17, though. I think he caught a break on that one. 3-17 for a catcher. 3-17 is a G3. So that means it's going to score a run. That's an 8, and he is an E15. No 8 there, but with the runner with the bases loaded and a G3, pretty sure that only plays at first, even though it's in front of the plate. And a spam call coming in. Get that out of the way real quick. All right. So G3, where are you, G3? Oh, it was right here on the first part. Okay. Bases loaded, infield normal, runner advance. So since they weren't playing in, they were playing for the double play. It just didn't work. So Gedman's only play to throw to first. Randolph will score to make it 4-0 Yankees. RBI ground out from Claudell Washington. Other runners move to second and third. Or nothing. Now it's a clutch situation for Mike Easler. Easler, anti-clutch on the 1-3 and 1-6. Down to 2-11, which is a pop out the first to end the inning. There's now 4-0 Yankees after 5. Roger Clemens not having a great day, and his offense is not helping him either. And his defense isn't either. So it's a combination of all things. But the guy plugging along, a little plugger, is Tommy John. This is his fatigue inning, number 6. And he'll be facing Baylor, Rice, and Evans. 1-2 for Baylor. And surprise, surprise, he's hit by a pitch. Mr. Hit by a pitch himself. I don't think it hurt coming from Tommy John, though. All right, here's Dwight Evans. He's reached twice, 1 for 2. By 5, and that's going to be a line out to third base. There's a dot there, but John has not reached his fatigue level just yet, so Pagliarulo makes the play. 1 down for Benzinger. He's 2 for 2. Couple of singles. 3-5, and this time he will strike out. Strikeout for John. That's number 2. So right now, Tommy John has more strikeouts than Roger Clemens, if you believe that. 2 down, and here's Spike Owens. Or Spike Owen, not Owens. Owen. No S there. John to Owen, 4-8. Switch hitter batting right-handed is going to be a fly to left, and that's going to do it. Easler makes the play. We go to the bottom of the sixth. It is still 4-0 favor of the Yankees. Clemens back out. Will face the bottom of the order. Pagliarulo, Salas, and Tollison. 2-9, and that's a pop out to first base. Mattingly is there. I'm sorry, Evans is there, one away. Here's Salas. 5-6. That's a strikeout for Clemens, his second. He's gotten Salas both times. That's his only strikeout victim. Gotten him twice. Payback for that RBI double he gave up. Here's Tollison. That's a 2-3 for Tollison, and that's a pop-up to Evans again. Quick 1-2-3 inning, but without some runs, Roger Clemens is going to suffer his fifth loss of the replay. We played 6 innings, and the score is still Yankees 4, Red Sox nothing. John has pretty much full endurance into the 7th. He only gave up a hit by pitch. That was it. So it's going to be Gedman, Burks, and Barrett. 3-3 for Gedman. He's going to pop it up to Randolph. One away. And here's Ellis Burks. 4-8, and that is a fly ball to left. Easler is there. 2 down. Tommy John putting on a clinic in this game. Here's Marty Barrett. 3-8 for Barrett, and that's a single. 2-out single for Barrett. Down 4-0. He's not going to try to steal or anything like that. Here is Wade Boggs. That's a 2. Chance for a balk or pass ball. We're looking at the balk rating of Tommy John, which happens to be a 0. He's got a 10 wild pitch and a 0 balk. So no balk. Boggs, 3-5. He's going to single, 2 stars, puts runners on the corners. And here we go again for the Red Sox. More runners on base. Will they be able to bring them in, or will they leave them right where they are? Jim Rice, clutch situation. He will lose a hit on 2-12 and on 3-6. Loses 2 hits in the clutch. 6-11, that's a ballpark single check. That's a 6, so it's a base hit for Jim Rice. RBI single. The Red Sox finally break through with the run. And now their Yankee bullpen is going to probably start to stir because I think Tommy John's running out of gas. Finally gets him on the board. Tommy John is now officially tired per the Strat computer. And he's set to face Don Baylor. Baylor is the tying run at the plate. Let's look and see who the Yankees have in their bullpen that they might go to. Both of these teams had the off day yesterday, so their bullpen's pretty well refreshed. So from the right side, you do have Cecilio Guante, Tim Stoddard, or Rich Bordy. And then you have Pat Clemens and Dave Righetti from the left side. So let's see who they might want to go to here. See who's got the most work or who needs work. Let's see, 40. Yeah. Looks like Tim Stoddard is the man. They're going to make the move. Lou Piniella not going to mess around. He's going with Tim Stoddard. With the tying run now on at the plate, they can't afford to wait around. If Tommy John is fatigued, they don't want to mess around with that. Stoddard's a +4. Makes him a +5. So we'll get the numbers on John. He's going to go 6 2/3 innings. 6 2/3 innings, 8 hits. So far, 2 runs, but he's responsible for these 2 as well. He can win it, but he can't lose it. And let's see here. Walks, I think he only walked the 2, as far as I can tell, and he struck out just 2. All right, so Stoddard on the 87 season, 4-3 with a 3.50 ERA. And he's set to take on Don Baylor. On the replay for Stoddard, he is 6-4 with a 3.29 ERA and 1 save. 52 innings pitched, 43 hits, 14 walks, 50 strikeouts. He had 8 saves real world. So, clutch situation for Baylor. He is neutral in the clutch. Stoddard trying to pick up Tommy John and get the Yankees out of the inning with the lead intact. 4-9, and he struck him out. Stoddard comes in and gets the strikeout. Just for kicks and giggles, it wouldn't have been the same role, but, just for fun. 4-9 on Tommy John would have been a single to right field. So probably it looks like that was the right move to bring in the bullpen. So a run for the Red Sox, but they don't get any more. They leave 2 more on base. And we go to the 7th inning stretch. Good morning, Mr. Brown. 7th inning stretch we go. We're just going to keep rolling here. With the score 4-1 Yankees. And the game tomorrow. Tomorrow's game, it'll be the Oakland A's and the Cleveland Indians. Dave Stewart against Steve Carlton. That'll be tomorrow morning. From the mistake by the lake known as Cleveland Stadium. Oakland A's and Cleveland Indians. That will be tomorrow. Dave Stewart against Steve Carlton. So you think you see an old guy here in Tommy John, you see another old guy tomorrow in Steve Carlton. All right, Clemens will face the top of the order, Randolph, Ward, and Mattingly. Due up. Hey, Dan, I looked, and the Barnes & Nobles that was close to me here at the little shopping mall, that location closed, so I don't have a Barnes & Nobles near me. So, oh, you're welcome, Brown. How did you like that special edition? Is it in a different box, or are there different components? Does it come with the 25 season base, just the 27 card set, the basic set without the extra players? Oh, good. I got to drive a ways to get to a Barnes & Nobles, because the one that used to be here closed down. I guess they moved somewhere else. I don't know. But that's awesome. All right, let me back this up because I'm losing some peripheries on the cards here. That's right, coupon for 75. Oh, free shipping on the extras. Wow. Wow, free shipping with the extras. What are the extra players, like $20 or something? So if you're 75, what do you give the extra players for about $5 with free shipping? I may have to. Almost makes me go search down a Barnes & Noble's location somewhere. Pretty good deal. I'm assuming the rest of the game is just standard game components. Is it in the same green box, or is there like another box? $7. Yeah, state tax on my side. Hey, for $7.41, you can't beat it, All right, here is Willie. It's in a square box. Okay, not rectangle, but a square box. That could be interesting. Huh, good stuff. I wish that Barnes & Noble was close by, but it's not. All right, bottom of the 7th, here's Randolph. 6-9 against Clemens is the ground ball to second. Barrett is there, 1 away. Here's Gary Ward. Okay, I'll check out the Delphi Forum and take a look at the pictures. Let's see, 3-5 for Ward is a ground ball to Boggs, 2 down. So Clemens now has retired 8 in a row, but it might be too little too late, as the Yankees got to him early. And here comes Mattingly, 2 outs, bases empty. 5-9, that's a strikeout for Clemens, only his 3rd of the game. So he's getting a second win, but I believe it's a little too late probably because it's 4-1 Yankees as we go to the 8th. All right, I will definitely have to check out the forums or something to see what that box looks like. All right, so Mattingly strikes out to end the inning, and now here comes Dwight Evans, Stoddard back out, facing Evans, Benzinger, and Owen. Oh, select items. Okay, 15%. Okay, cool. 4-7 for Stoddard is going to be a 1-3 single. That's a 17. He lines to short. However, I'm not a big fan of, I'm not really into the Strat-O-Matic swag, so I'm not looking for any t-shirts or anything like that. I still have my Stratitude sticker around somewhere. I don't know what happened to it, but I do have one. Here's Benzinger. 6-7, switch hitter batting left. It's ground ball shortstop X. Tollison, 3E22. 3E22, and that's a 3 and a 5. Oh, 84. Well, I already got the 84 season, so I'm okay. I bought that when it came out. Let's see here. Can't even. This cough is getting to me big time here. Now I lost my train of thought where the X check was. I thought there was an X check on somebody. I think it was Tollison, if I'm not mistaken. I think it was a ground ball shortstop X. Yeah, I think it was a 6-7 or 6. Yeah, I think it was a 6. I think it was a ground ball shortstop X. So we're looking at Tollison. Let me get my chart out for Tollison. He's a 3 and that's a 5. That's usually not a good sign. 3 and a 5. Well, it's a G3 pound, so he will get to it because nobody's on base to be held, so he gets to it. That's a 9, and he's an E22 at short, so Tollison does make the play. How about that? Tollison ekes that out. 2 down. Thank you for the information, Dan. I'll have to check that out. I just wish the Barnes & Nobles hadn't closed down near me. I was right there, but that location closed down. Here's Spike. I don't know why it closed down. It's right there in a mall, so I don't know why it closed down, but it did. Here's Spike Owen. 2-9. 2-9 for Spike Owen is going to be a pop-up to first. Maybe that location just wasn't making money or something. I don't know. Obviously, that's the case. So that's going to end the inning. Stoddard takes care of business. And although it might be a tactical mistake, I'm going to most likely try to be realistic and bring in Righetti to pitch the 9th. So we're going to cap Stoddard an inning and a third. Didn't give up anything. Clemens is going to come out and finish what he started, or at least attempt to, facing Winfield, Washington, and Easler. 1-4 for Winfield, pops it up to Boggs. So Clemens has been on a roll the last couple innings, but too little too late, apparently. Here's Claudel, 1-4, and that's a ground ball to second. 2 down. Clemens in danger of dropping to 7 and 5 on the replay. Here's Easler. 2-12 for Easler, and that's a ground ball to first to end the inning. So we go to the 9th. Last chance for the Red Sox, and they'll have to do it against Dave Righetti. There will also be a defensive move to replace the weak left fielder Easler. Henry Cotto is going to come in. He will play center field, and they will move Ward to left field. So Ward moves to left, and I believe as a left fielder, he becomes a 3. Just double check that. Yep, he becomes a 3, so he's no longer a 4. He is now a 3. And then playing in center field is Cotto, and Cotto is a 2 with an E4. So he's a 2 minus 1 E4 for Cotto. So Cotto, center field in the 9th, and Ward, left field in the 9th. And rags to riches Dave Righetti will come on and try not to blow a 3-run lead for a save. They're giving him every opportunity to get a cheap save. And I do call it a cheap save when you got a 3-run lead. So Righetti is on, and he'll be facing, well, they're going to get a pinch hitter for Gedman for sure. So he'll face somebody other than Gedman to figure out who that is. Righetti's a -5 hold, so it makes him a -3. Oh, please don't feel sorry about that at all, Dan. I enjoy hearing about that. I love it. I just wish I could get in on the fun. But I guess if I went, drove 25 or 30 miles, across town, I could maybe, if I'm lucky, my luck, I'd drive all the way there and they'd be sold out. So that would be my luck. So too bad you can't do it online. That would be awesome to be able to do that online. So I got to do this on the computer. Cotto's in center, Ward's in left. Get up there, Ward. Ward is in left. And Dave Righetti coming on. And we'll get the numbers on Righetti for the real world and on the replay. So, Dave Righetti coming in to pitch the 9th. On the real season, Dave Righetti was 8-6 with a 3.51 ERA. And he was able to garner 31 saves. On the replay, he is 3-3 with a 4.10 ERA, and he has 15 saves. 42 innings pitched, 41 hits, 13 walks, 28 strikeouts. So the Red Sox will go to their bench, and they will hit for Gedman. And they're going to bring out right-handed hitting. Let's see. They're going to go with best average guy off the bench, Ed Romero. If they needed power, they go to Henderson, but they need people to get on base, and so they're going with Romero to pinch hit here in the 9th against Righetti. Then it'll be the top of the order after that. So Righetti stands in against Ed Romero. We'll get the numbers on Romero as he comes in for Gedman. Keep in mind, Buckner has been activated. He is on the bench, but they're not going to bring him in against a lefty. They're going to go to the right-hander, play the percentages. So Ed Romero on the real season for Boston was a 272 hitter and 235 at bats. No power, but he gets on base. To quote Moneyball, he gets on base. On the replay, he's hitting 312. No homers, 10 driven in. So Ed Romero trying to get something started for the Red Sox. They trail at 4-1, top of the 9th. Righetti 1-9, and that's a pop out to Willie Randolph. Out number 1, so Romero is out. Romero is out of there, and here comes the top of the order for Ellis Burks. Burks 1 for 4. 3-3, and that's a fly ball to right field. Winfield is there, 2 down. Yankees 1 out away from securing the victory. Here's Marty Barrett. Boggs is on deck, but he won't bat until Barrett gets on. 2-8, and Barrett does get on. It's a single to left field for Marty Barrett. So the game continues. And Wade Boggs, your batter. They're not holding Barrett on because his run doesn't mean anything. And Wade Boggs will step in. If he reaches, Rice would be the tying run at the plate, but Boggs has to get on. 4-5, and he does not. He flies it to center field where the new center fielder Cotto makes the play. And the Yankees win. The Yankees win. The Yankees win. I know it's a couple days late for the John Sterling tribute, but the day he passed, the Yankees lost their game, so couldn't do it then. Can do it now. And Righetti gives up a single, but that's it. And he will earn save number 16, save Sweet 16 for Dave Righetti. And we'll go to our totals for the Yankees For the Yankees, 4 runs on. Well, first of all, I didn't do Clemens. He did 8 innings, 7 hits, 4 runs. They were all earned. He walked 2 and struck out 3. And he takes the loss, will drop to 7-5. So for the Yankees, 4 runs, 7 hits, and 1 error. For the Red Sox, 2 runs. Man, where does it say 2 runs? I don't know why it says 2 runs. It should be 1 run. 1 run, 9 hits, and 1 error. Winning pitcher, Tommy John, he improves to 4-3. Losing pitcher, Roger Clemens, drops to 7-5. Dave Righetti picks up save number 16. Yankees improve to 41-32. So we'll go to the box score and get the final totals and get you set for tomorrow's game from Cleveland between the Oakland A's and the Cleveland Indians. So left on base, the Red Sox left on 10. That was their bugaboo. They left 10 runners on base. Yankees only left 5. But they left 10 on base. And with this victory, the Yankees are now 7.5 games back in Milwaukee, depending on what the Brewers do. They're 41-32. They were 45-28 real world, so they're still 4 games worse than what they were. Boston drops to 29-43, and they were 34-38 real world, so they're 5 games worse. So as we look ahead to tomorrow, Oakland A's and the Cleveland Indians from Cleveland. It'll be Steve Carlton against Dave Stewart. That will be the matchup. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation of Strat-O-Matic Super Advanced 1987 style. And until next time, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it, and we'll see you down the road.